Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night. That means we're gonna go racing here with the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series right here. From the first time, we're whipping out the super late model this season, and it's at one of the most prestigious short tracks in the South. We're gonna head to the Concord Raceway here in Concord, North Carolina. It's a three-turned little track. A lot of drivers like to refer to it as a mini Nazareth or a mini Pocono. 3 corners, 3 different angles, 3 straightaways, 3 different lengths in total. But first, we got to welcome everybody in here tonight. This is going to be round number 3. The first 2 rounds of the season were won by Kyle Wiggins and Cole Day as they battled on the dirt, and they were able to come home in victory lane. But now we head to the asphalt side of things. It's a whole new chapter here, and it starts right here at Concord. So we welcome you all in here, and we hope you enjoy the show that's going to be brought to us here tonight. But we do have a couple guests here in the booth to start things off here. We have 2 of the drivers that are here into the Salt Flat Progression Series, also part of the Salt Flat IROC Series. They have a little bit of some news for a lot of you race fans and a very special message. I'd like to welcome into the booth with me for the beginning of this show here. We got Big Ira Kohlhaas and Brandon Massey. Ira, you have a little message out there for somebody and your cars here tonight for not only yourself, but Brandon Massey have a little bit of a special message on board tonight.
Yeah, we got some bad news about the guy called Uncle Tim this past weekend. He's got leukemia, and it came back stronger than they were expecting. And they said there's no reason for transplants or anything like that now. Just trying to live out the rest of his days the best he can. And we want to do something special for him and put him on the hood of the car. He's watched every race that I can remember that me and Brandon have been running together all the way back on Xbox for, gosh, what, 2.5 years. And he's a special dude, man.
Yeah, so a very special guy. That means a lot to not only you, Ira, but Brandon. You've been Ira's teammate for many years. Uncle Tim also supporting you and all the races that you also have been in. You were the man behind the paint schemes to bring it here to the Concord Speedway. You know, so great paint schemes for a great cause here tonight.
Yes, thank you, Roger. We definitely appreciate that. On behalf of myself, my family, the old shed, VIP, Uncle Tim, we want to say thank you for the support that you've given me in Big Country over the last couple of years, brother. It means a lot to us. It really does. We hope that you can continue to battle through and pull through, and we'd like to meet you down at Dega someday, brother. We really would. But tonight's all for you. We thank you for everything, and hopefully we can put a good race on for you tonight, Uncle Tim.
Yeah, so Uncle Tim, from everybody at the Mohica Esports, the Draft Top Progression Salt Flat Series here, our heart does go out to you. We're praying for you to battle this ugly cancer that has come upon you. And also for Ira Kohlhaas and Brandon Massey, we thank you for showing a little support here for Uncle Tim and shedding a little daylight on what his battle is going through. And we wish you both the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Roger.
Well, there you heard it from 2 of the most classiest gentlemen you're going to meet out on track. Uncle Tim, our hearts, our prayers, our mind are all with you during these times. And as we wait here for practice to end, we're going to go silent from above here tonight. Also, in our hearts and on our minds here at the Concord Speedway, tonight's race is a memorial race for one of the biggest supporters and contributionists and just a person with a great heart. The Salt Flat Series did lose its biggest fan, Krista Van Antwerp, a couple months ago unexpectedly, so our hearts and our prayers also go out to the Van Antwerp family. Welcome back here to Concord, North Carolina, here at the Concord Speedway. The three-corner tricky track qualifying for tonight's big race is now underway officially. One of the first drivers out onto the track, you just heard from him. He goes by the name of Big Country Cole Haas out of Western Tennessee, driving the Uncle Tim's Leukemia Cancer Awareness Machine here tonight. He is one of the first drivers out on the track. Let's see where he will be able to slot in. It is a very tricky track right now. A couple drivers, 4 drivers, do have a qualifying attempt on the board. Cole Haas will come across the line on his first lap. It will be good enough for the 3rd fastest time. Right now, Roy Fernandez Lopez does have the quick time here tonight at the Concord Speedway. Hunter Reynolds now turns in the 3rd quickest time. Cole Haas a little bit slower on lap number 2. Brandon Massey brings the old shed, Uncle Tim's Leukemia Awareness car, into the 3rd position on his first lap and then gets a little bit sideways. 11 drivers have taken a qualifying attempt here now already tonight. Here is Donald Bennett making his first ever attempt in a super late model, especially here at the Concord Speedway. He has never turned a lap in the super late model, nor at this track. Right now, he goes 10th quickest on the board. Jose Mejia, right now in the 46, comes across the line. He'll finish his 2 laps tonight, and he goes to the 7th fastest time. So currently 12 drivers on the timing and scoring. Tim Combs back in action here with his Mopar 88 is a beautiful Dodge machine. He goes to the 8th quickest time. Right now we have 14 drivers on track, the 14th qualifier here tonight, with still over half of our qualifying session left here at Concord. That will be the driver of the draft top entry. That is Michael Bromley. He goes to the 10th quickest time. So now that puts 14 drivers on the board here tonight. Waiting to see which driver will come out onto the track next. It looks like possibly, I say possibly, as the 04 Raise Energy drink of Danny Valenzuela is down on pit road. And while we wait for Danny Valenzuela to come out here on the track, let's pop up those point standings. This is how the point standings look coming into tonight. Cole Day, after winning 1 race, he has the top of the leaderboard. He is your point standings leader by 11 points over Brandon Massey and Donald Bennett, over 14 points back. Then it's Randy Johnson and Nathan Maurer, who is not in attendance as he is at the Grandview Speedway for the Pennsylvania Speed Weeks. Along in attendance at that racetrack is Josiah Millen. He is sitting there 6th, so those 2 drivers are going to lose a couple points here tonight. Kyle Wiggins, who won the first race of the season, he is 7th in the point standings. Derek Lauder, Doug Neal, and Roy Fernandez rounding out the top 10 of your draft top point standings. Danny Valenzuela is officially on the clock here tonight, so he will be the 15th driver to post a time. He goes 14th quickest overall. He just bumps now Darrell Clauder back to the 15th spot. Danny going to swing a little bit high that time out of turn number 3, so it's not going to be any faster for the Raise Energy Drink Utah machine. So Danny will come back down to pit road, and he will see if he can cool that car down before we go racing here tonight. It's going to be 50 laps, going to be the distance for the super late models in the Crystal Van Antwerp Memorial Race here for the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series. It is the first time we have hit the asphalt side of things this year. So who will be the first one to be able to win on asphalt? That is coming up here in just a couple of seconds. We got to thank all the sponsors, though, that make this possible here tonight for us for this series on a Tuesday night. We got to thank all the guys over at Serviceside, Butt Kicker, Raise Energy, Draft Top, and Back Bay. And, of course, we got to thank Uncle Tim for being a continued supporter here of the Salt Flat Series and all of its drivers. And, of course, we got to also thank Crystal, our friend, who we unfortunately lost way too early. We miss her every day, because every day she was a fan of the Turn 3 Racing Network and the Salt Flat Series. She never missed a race fans, and we do miss her dearly. Qualifying, though, coming to an end. It looks like 16 drivers did turn in a qualifying time here tonight. That means we are one step closer to going green flag racing. And as we're getting closer, let's take you through Uncle Tim's starting lineup here. Tonight's starting lineup brought to us by Uncle Tim. Starting on the front row, driving the 99, they call him the engineer himself. That is going to be Cole Day. Starting outside him, driving the number 6, out of the CSRF Motorsports team. That's going to be Roy Fernandez Lopez. Starting behind them, making his first start of the year, driving the number 90 Good Wrench out of Ohio. That is the 90 of Michael Sturgill. Brandon Massey in the Uncle Tim's Leukemia Cancer Awareness machine. He'll start there 4th. Hunter Reynolds in the 28 machine will start 5th. 6th position here tonight, driving the Uncle Tim's Leukemia Awareness, the Bohica Esports driver. That is Ira Kohlhaas. Behind them, starting 7th, driving the number 20. That is Kyle Wiggins. He won week number 1 on dirt, starting 7th here tonight on the asphalt. Jose Mejia, driver of that 46. He will start 8th here tonight. The wheel team, 6B, Tim Combs, driver of the 88. He'll start in the 9th position. Starting in the 10th spot, out of Georgia, driver of the 24. That is going to be Will Weber. Starting 11th, it's the DraftTop.com Bohica Esports entry, the 49. That is Michael Bromley. The Snuff Racing entry, 23. He goes by the name of Travis White. He'll start in the 12th position. 13th spot here tonight, the Keystone Motorsports Bohica Esports entry, drive out of Topton, Pennsylvania. That's the 31. That is Donald Bennett. Derek Young, driver of the number 9 out of Pennsylvania. He'll start 14th on the field. 15th here tonight, out of Utah, driver of the Rays Energy Drink 04. That is Danny Valenzuela. Out of Florida, the Coast to Almost Coast Racing 26. He goes by the name of Daryl Clauder. Starting in the 17th position, out of New England, driver of the Safe Light Auto Glass Draft Top entry, number 2, Joshua Buckley. It's the man from the Deeper Darker Dew Stables, drives the 38. He goes by Cody Levitt out of Las Vegas. Driver of the 77, it's the Sim Box entry, the number 77 of Doug Neal. And race control here tonight of Stephen Herman. He'll start shotgun to the field, but the man who's going to pull up the last position out of Virginia, that's going to be Todd Poston. That's your Uncle Tim's Grid Walk here tonight, brought to us by Uncle Tim. 50 laps going to be the distance here tonight for these drivers. And the first time they whip out the super late model here on this tricky Concord Speedway. It'll be the Rockstar entry of Cole Day and the Good Wrench number 6 there of Roy Fernandez, who will lead us to green tonight in our memorial race for our dearest friend, Crystal Van Antwerp, for the Draft Top Progression Series. Who will win round number 3? We will find out just next time. Bye. So 20 drivers will take this green flag here tonight. Hope you're all ready for some exciting short track racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the Salt Flat Draft Top Progression Series coming live when they come out of turn number 3. As you see the iRacing pace car make that left-hand turn. It is down and away. Here we go, race fans. Put 50 laps on the board. Let's go racing in the Crystal Van Antwerp Memorial Race here at Concord. It's a great start on the outside there by Roy Fernandez. He will actually lead them down out of turn number 2. As you see that little kink there. They are almost 3 wide racing back here. I believe that's Hunter Reynolds in the 28. Down on the inside, the 20 of Kyle Wiggins and Brandon Massey are right there. Lap number 1 already going to go into the books. It's going to be Roy Fernandez leading this, and everybody is single filed out until we get back here to the Tim Combs and Ira Kohlhaas battle. They battle 7th and 8th onto the speedway right now. Kohlhaas going to actually get around that 88. Looks like caution flag coming out onto the speedway. Somebody turned around down here. It looks like the draft top entry, a couple of the Bohica Esports guys getting tangled down here in turn number 1. Or actually, that's turn number 3. Donald Bennett and Michael Bromley are going to come to a stop along with the 04 of Danny Valenzuela. So let's go ahead for the first time here tonight. We will throw it back and see what was the cause of the racing caution here. There you see Michael Bromley in the 48 draft top entry. Does he just drive it off down into the corner, or does he get a little... Oh, he gets a little help by the 23 of Travis White. Donald Bennett nowhere to go. Danny Valenzuela actually just going to come to a complete dead stop down here in turn 3. So just like that, the first caution flag of the night coming out. Let's take a look back here. Maybe just a slight different angle. Yeah, it looks like the 23 of Travis White just misjudges the corner. Nowhere for Donald Bennett to go. Also, the 9 of Derek Young going to get a little piece of that action. So that's what's going to bring out the first caution flag. A couple drivers getting tangled up down here in turn number 3. One lead change here tonight. It's been Roy Fernandez Lopez outsiding Cole Day on the initial drop of the green flag to take the lead here and lead lap number 1 through 4. He'll come by this time. He will lead his 5th lap. Right now, take a quick look there on the left-hand side of the screen. There is every driver tonight who started the field. You can see how far they have moved up or fell down through the starting lineup here tonight. So far, the biggest mover of the night is going to be Todd Poston, who has moved up 4 positions. Josh Buckley has moved up 3. Michael Bromley right now, the biggest dropper in the field. He has moved 9 positions in the wrong direction. He right now rounds out the 20-car field. So that's how everybody is running out there on track. We will re-rack them, restack them this time by. We should get that 1 lap to go before we go back to the green flag racing. Not a very long race here as the super late models. Sometimes at your local short tracks when you go out to watch them on a Saturday or a Friday night, they're only racing 35, 45, 50. Maybe if you're lucky, you might get a 75-lap race. Or if it's your big Cars Tour show, you might get to see a little bit more racing, 100 to 150 laps for the Cars Tour. But here tonight for the Draft Top Progression Series presented by the Salt Flat Racing Series, it is only going to be a 50-lap shootout here as it is their first time onto the asphalt scene this season. Restart coming here in the Crystal Van Antwerp Memorial Racing. Roy Fernandez Lopez going to be shot out of a cannon there in turn number 4. We'll have to see what the replay judge has to say about that one, but we will stay green flag racing with Cole Day going side by side there, and now they will single file out. Roy Fernandez Lopez will come back around here. He will lead another lap here. 8 laps officially going to be in the books. A little bit farther back, Tim Combs now actually he works his way into the 7th spot. He moves Ira Kohlhaas to that inside groove back here. He is battling with the 24. That is Will Weber. Will Weber making his 2nd start here of the season. It's a little bit farther up. It looks like here comes the 20. That is going to be Kyle Wiggins. Oh, sideways out of turn number 1 into turn number 2. The little short shoot here, back down into turn number 3. They will still go side by side. Will the 20 of Kyle Wiggins be able to make the pass sideways for the 90 of Michael Sturgill making his first start here of the season? Now will the 20 be able to put the power down? There's also a battle right out in front of them. That is the number 28 of Hunter Reynolds coming to the inside of the Rockstar 99 of Cole Day. Cole Day will hold off the charge for the time being. Here comes Ivor Kohlhaas and Brandon Massey. Massey gets to the inside here on Tim Combs. He is trying to bring the Uncle Tim's Leukemia Awareness 65 Old Shed VIP graphics machine inside the top 6 for the first time here tonight. He will get to the inside out of turn number 3. Not going to be able to complete the pass just yet as they will run side by side down through turn number 2. Here comes Ira Kohlhaas creeping back into the picture after he just got a little bit sideways a couple moments ago. They will hang the 88 of Tim Combs out to the outside. Kohlhaas making a little contact down to the inside wall. He stays under control, but it's heavy, hard contact down there to the inside. As he got up underneath the 88 of Combs, they made just a little bit of contact. Kohlhaas going to fall back into line there right in front of Donald Bennett. The 30 of Todd Postner. Is that the 38? That's Cody Levitt right there, the Vegas Golden Knights entry. He has moved up 5 positions. No practice laps for the driver of the 38 out of Las Vegas, and now he is starting to move through the field here tonight. A very accomplished road racer in Cody Levitt taking his try here in the Super Late Models division. The number 9 there, Derek Young, going to blow through corner number 3, almost making contact with the back of the 38, but he's able to keep it out of the door, out of the rear end of him, and we stay green as can be. Josh Buckley just a little bit farther up in the Discount Tire Safe Light Auto Glass machine. He is trying to work to the inside here on Will Weber. Not quite able to get there. Still out front, though, is Roy Fernandez Lopez leading Cole Day by just, well, there you see it. Call it, well, about 5-6 car lengths. And then Cole Day, though, has his hands full because Hunter Reynolds and Kyle Wiggins right there on the back bumper. Still Sturgill trying to close the gap in the number 90, but he's got Brandon Massey all over the back bumper as we come to complete lap number 18 this time by Fernandez Lopez still leading the way. Nobody's been able to break up his party here tonight at Concord, as here comes now the 20 of Kyle Wiggins looking to the inside here on the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. It's going to shuffle him back 1 position. Wiggins has moved up 4 spots here so far as we approach the halfway marker tonight. Looking for all that side-by-side racing action. Everybody has started to really file out here. These are some of your closest drivers, Will Weber and Josh Buckley. Buckley, one of those short track racers, really loves the SK division. But you say short track racing, Josh Buckley loves to pounce on it, whether it's into the SK division or right here in the super late models, another one of his loves. A couple years ago, I watched him and one of our Turn 3 racing drivers battle it out in a super late model division for a championship. They tied in just about every category when we came to the end of the season. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did win it then by the tiebreaker, but I forget if it was laps led or maybe if it was just top 10s that it all came down to. But Buckley will move into the 8th position sideways for him, as well as Will Weber thought about crossing him over for a moment but couldn't do anything when Buckley was that sideways. So Buckley will hold on to the 8th position as Weber is back there. Then Jose Mejia rounds out the top 10. Somebody a little sideways back behind them. That's Ira Kohlhaas. He is trying to drive the wheels off the Leukemia entry here tonight for Uncle Tim. Right now he runs into the 11th position. Brandon Massey is trying to rally back inside the top 5. Started in that 4th position. Dropped down 2 spots. Danny Valenzuela sideways, and he's going to go around, bringing out the caution flag here to bring out our second caution flag of the night. Danny Valenzuela losing control out of turn number 3 and bringing the Raise Energy drink machine for a little bit of a spin. I believe that was maybe Tim Combs there that also got involved in that one. We will go back here at the halfway point. We will watch the Raise Energy drink 04 out of Utah. Yeah, you can just hear it. A little bit of a goose of the throttle for Danny Valenzuela and nowhere for the 90 of Michael Sturgill to go, actually. And Sturgill is going to lose 2 positions on the exchange while Valenzuela looped her around. So unfortunately, bring out the second caution flag here of the evening at the Concord Speedway, just halfway into this one. But as that brings us to our second caution flag here of the night, Roy Fernandez has led every single lap so far. Cole Day has been... He was your pole setter coming in, and Fernandez got the jump to the outside. The outside seems to be the place to be when you want to restart here tonight. Some drivers coming down pit road here. Ira Kohlhaas down pit road. Looks like he is going to lose a lap to the field here as he's sitting down on pit road trying to get some damage done. Travis White was able to come in. Looks like a 2-tire stop for the driver of that 23 machine. Danny Valenzuela down on pit road. As we wait for the next time we're able to go green flag racing here, will be brought to us by Service Side. We do got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, though, on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Draft Top Progression Series. It is the inaugural season here. As we started on dirt, we ran 2 races where Cole Day and Kyle Wiggins were the best on the dirt side of things. And now we wound up here at the Concord Speedway with the super late models. We will run one more race with the super late models before we whip out the old Arca Menards machines at Michigan. But first we got to wrap up this one here at the Concord Speedway and then head to the famous Five Flag Speedway just next week. Probably one of the most prestigious tracks for super late model racing all over the world. Can't wait to get there, but you know, this Concord Speedway right now showing us some great racing action. So we hope you're all enjoying tonight's program. If you enjoy what the Salt Flat Progression Series has in store for all you race fans, go ahead, give it a thumbs up here. Let them know you really like what they got going on. A lot of good racing here tonight in the memorial race for our friend Crystal Van Antwerp. Skittles, as a lot of you fans would know, seeing her type in chat every week, she was here to support all her drivers. iRacing Pace Car will dive in and will be a 20-lap shootout here at Concord to determine who will win round 3 this season. Fernandez to the outside, Day down on the inside lane. Green flag back in the air. Fernandez, gonna get sideways. Here comes Cole Day for the first time. Day will lead him into turn number 1, but will he be able to put the power down? Fernandez gonna try and rally back. Here comes the number 20. That is Kyle Wiggins, also trailing just a little bit. Down into the corner, it will be Cole Day for the first time, taking the race lead. He will lead his first laps here tonight as Fernandez got a little bit of a help there from Kyle Wiggins. He got up underneath the number 6 Goodwrench machine. one of them up into the outside wall. That was Hunter Reynolds. He took a little bit of a scrape, a right side scrape down there out of turn number 1. Fernandez goes from leading the first half of this race, now trying to hang on to it. As you see, Sturgill was a little sideways. Brandon Massey now gets around the 28 there with Hunter Reynolds. That'll move him back into the 5th position, trying to get a good finish here tonight for Uncle Tim. Ira Kohlhaas back out on track. He's running in the 19th position, though. Looks like 3 laps down currently as we stay green flag, and everybody has started the single file out except for these 2 drivers. Here comes the driver of the 46. That's Jose Mejia. He goes to the outside of Tim Combs. Combs going to drop back a position. That was the battle for the 8th and 9th spot. Now everybody single files out as we got 16 laps to go here at the Concord Speedway. Farther back into the field, you see the number 9 of Derek Young just out in front of the draft top entry. Here comes Ira Kohlhaas down to the inside, actually. That is not the battle for position on track. Kohlhaas just trying to make up a little bit of lost time right now with just 15 laps to go. He'll get around the number 9 here in just a second. But it's all about the man that's out front now with 14 laps to go this time by at the line. Does anybody have anything that they could come up here and possibly get around this 99 of Cole Day? There, back on. There's Kyle Wiggins. He is now hot to trot, trying to come up and battle with Cole Day here. "13 laps to go, and these 2 drivers have opened themselves up. It looks like about a 1-second gap over your 3rd place runner of Roy Fernandez. He led the first 26 laps of this race before the restart, and then Cole Day was able to jump and get out in front of him as he was a little bit sideways. The 2 good wrench machines you see on screen, that is Fernandez in the 6 and Sturgill in the number 90. How about one of the biggest movers of the race, though? It's Joshua Buckley. He's back here in the discount tire machine, just kind of rolling around the high side here as they're going to get 11 laps to go. The laps are going to click down really quick from this point on. What does Kyle Wiggins have in store for Cole Day? Both drivers already have a win this season, and they are both racing for another one. Wiggins going to be able to get to the inside this time. Oh, he's going to bump Cole Day. Cole Day going to go sideways in the Rockstar 99. Wiggins allowed him to gather it back up, but now Cole Day is going to lose the race lead. Cole Day going to try and block Roy Fernandez down into turn 3. The tires on the Rockstar entry, though, a little heated up. Kyle Wiggins using the old chrome horn here with under 10 laps to go, and he will take the race lead for the first time. Kyle Wiggins goes to the point here. Now can Cole Day either get back to him and repay the favor, or will Fernandez or Sturgill be able to jump on board here and get around him? It looks like the 65, the old shed, Brandon Massey. He will go to the outside here on the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds actually has the preferred line as they go through turn 2. What will they do down here? Because the 2 good wrench cars are out in front of them. They are both side-by-side racing. Side-by-side racing, it looks like Massey will take back the 5th position and set his sights on the 2 good wrench machines now of Sturgill as they are able to single file out. As now Sturgill goes to the 3rd position. Fernandez going to go and fall back into the 4th spot. Massey still trying to highline it. It will be 6 laps to go, this time by at the line. Kyle Wiggins is starting to check out here now. He has opened up almost a second gap over Cole Day. The tires maybe have cooled on Cole Day's machine. Contact there between Brandon Massey and the 6 of Fernandez. They use the chrome horn, but that's going to get both drivers sideways. There goes Hunter Reynolds. Here comes Josh Buckley. Buckley now trying to take advantage. Massey sideways out of turn 1 once again with the Leukemia Uncle Tim entry here tonight. So with just 4 laps to go here now, Kyle Wiggins has started to open up an even bigger gap now. Cole Day not able to, but that time out of turn number 1. Caution flag actually onto the speedway. Doug Neal turned around out of turn number 2. That means we are going to be headed to overtime here tonight. So with our 3rd caution flag of the night, the Chicken Pete machine will bring out the caution flag. So let's hit the buttons here. Let's see what happened to Doug Neal. He was running currently at the time of caution. He was running back into the 12th spot, the Chicken Pete machine. Looks like he goes down to the bottom. Oh, hooks the apron and a chain reaction there. Donald Bennett going to get into the back of Doug Neal, turning Doug Neal around. As you see the Motorcraft 77 Sim box entry down against the inside retaining wall. Let's go back and watch it from a little bit different angle. happens to this sim box machine down to the apron. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if he lifted or what happened there. Possibly, if we can get an onboard camera, I believe we have one strapped into. Here it is, the onboard camera with the Keystone Motorsport entry, Donald Bennett. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one to call. Maybe Neil thought he was starting to lose the front end of that machine and just lifted off the throttle a little bit, and it was unfortunately too late. And Donald Bennett was already there, so that means we're headed to overtime here tonight. Kyle Wiggins had pretty much this race in control. Now he's going to have to battle with those drivers back there. Day and Sturgill, Reynolds and Lopez. Massey back to 6th. Buckley sitting there in 7th. Tim Colm is running in the 8th position. Then it's Jose Mejia. He is 9th with Will Weber rounding out the top 10. Well, with the iRacing pace car lights on, we're going to go around for at least another lap before we turn these bad boys loose here tonight. Who do you think is going to be able to bring this one home, race fans? Are you pulling for Kyle Wiggins and Cole Day? Or Cole Day, I should say, to see if they can win their second race of the season here in round number 3. Both drivers already have one. They could definitely use two. How about Sturgill? Missed the dirt portion of the series, but he is here for the asphalt side of things. He is just going to sit there in 3rd and wait to see if a hole opens up here on this restart. How about Hunter Reynolds, the bridesmaid himself? He has had more second-place finishes here in the Salt Flat Racing divisions than anybody else in the record book. Let's find out as the iRacing pace car pulls into pit road. Put 2 laps on the board here, and let's see if we can finish this one off here tonight. Green flag back into the air. 2 laps going to be the shootout as Wiggins going to get a great start down to the inside. Sturgill trying to muscle his way. Cole Day trying to pinch down. Somebody going to go 3 wide back there. I think that's going to put the number 2 of Buckley into a bad position this time. Out of turn number 3. The white flag is going to wave. 1 lap to go, presented by Butt Kicker. As we don't get the 1 to go, the caution flag will fly. Caution flag flying here, as it looks like possibly is going to involve a couple big name drivers. Possibly the 2 of Buckley involved in this one. As you see, he is already down on pit road. Brandon Massey also involved in this one. So that'll bring out the 4th caution flag here of the evening. We will see in just a couple seconds if the truck has it queued up, and we will bring you the replay of that one. So let's see here, as it says on lap 53, the caution flag coming out. Let's watch. You're watching this 65. Oh, he gets underneath the 28. That is actually what's going to bring out the caution flag. See Massey on his side, and then Josh Buckley. We didn't see where Buckley came through there, but Buckley winds up on his lid also. So the caution flag actually coming out for Brandon Massey and the 28 of Hunter Reynolds getting together. But let's watch the number 2 of Josh Buckley as he actually gets by the incident. Oh, and then him and Tim Colm's going to come together down the front straightaway. And the 2 going to wind up on his lid. He was having such a great race here. The short track driver out of New England. Josh Buckley then having to take the tow back to pit road. So it's not going to be the night that Buckley thought he was going to have here at the little Concord Speedway. Hate to see that for a lot of these drivers, as they're all hard-nosed racing after having such a great race. A couple drivers getting together here at the end of this one. But that means we're going to have another shot at a green-white checker. And race fans, it's short track racing. At the end of this race, no friends will be had here. I mean, you're going to have to maybe bump somebody. You're going to have to probably chop somebody, give them the old chrome horn. That is just the good old short track racing here. The iRacing pace car lights do go out, so we'll be back to a double file restart here to try to get this one in. It will be Wiggins to the inside, Day to the outside, then it's Sturgill in the silver and black good wrench number 90, then it'll be Fernandez Lopez sitting there in the 4th spot. Brandon Massey will get his 5th spot back, then it'll be the 88 of Tim Combs. Those are your first 3 rows, and it's Will Weber and Jose Mejia, Todd Poston, and Cody Levitt rounding out the top 10 as the iRacing pace car does come back in. So we will go give it one more shot here. Green-white checker attempt number 2 coming your way in the Memorial Race here. Green flag back into the air. It is a great start this time by Kyle Wiggins. Cole Day going to try and give him a little chase down into turn number 1. Not going to be able to. Oh, sideways for Cole Day. Here comes the 90 of Sturgill. Will he be able to get underneath Cole Day as we're still green flag into 3? Contact between Sturgill and Lopez. Now the butt kicker, 1 to go, will come out. One more lap here at the Concord Speedway. Cole Day going to get a little help there from Michael Sturgill. 3 wide through turn 2. Day's going to get turned. Brandon Massey's going to get through. Checkered flag will be in the air this time by, though it will be the number 20 of Kyle Wiggins winning his 2nd race of the season. Brandon Massey going to come home 2nd. Will Weber rallies for a 3rd place finish. But boy, what a race. Todd Poston comes out of nowhere from back of the field to up 17th spot. He'll finish in the 4th position. Tim Combs is 5th. Michael Bromley is 6th. Jose Mejia comes home 7th. Donald Bennett is 8th. Travis White 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Hunter Reynolds will come on back. But it is all the 20 of Kyle Wiggins winning another one here with the Draft Top Progression Series. So as all these boys sit down there and gather their thoughts, we will step away for just a moment and get to our post-race show coming up, brought to us by DraftTop.com. Don't go away. You want to hear what all 3 of these drivers had to say definitely about that last lap. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Concord Speedway in your Crystal Van Antwerp Memorial Race. We do have an official winner here as our post-race show brought to us here tonight by DraftTop.com. Let's get right into it. Your winner here tonight, Kyle Wiggins. Kyle, a great race by yourself. It's good enough to win your 2nd race of the season. That's got to feel pretty good. You're the only one now with 2 wins, 1 on the dirt and 1 on the short tracks racing these super late models.
Having 2 wins under my belt, only 3 races in. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, 2 completely different styles of racing from the dirt. Is there anything that you learned on the dirt side of things that really, helped you outrun these super late models? They're 2 completely different cars, though.
Well, with this setup that we had tonight, it was all about throttle control, and dirt is all about throttle control too. So I think that's the biggest player that I had to mess with.
Now, a lot of drivers have not actually driven the super late model before. How much, seat time have you had in a super late model?
I've had a pretty good amount of seat time, not at this track. I'm not really the best at this track, honestly. I don't know where I pulled that out from, but I'm pretty decent with super late models. Not the best, though.
Not the best, he says, race fans, but he was able to come home the top spot here tonight. Kyle, is there anybody you got to thank for parking this number 20 here tonight in Victory Lane?
Yeah, Hunter. He was helping me all through practice, and so was Will. So those are the 2 guys I got to thank. And Michael for running the series. It's a good series.
Well, there you heard it from your winner, race fans. Kyle Wiggins going to win the second race of the season. Well, it's the third race of the season. Second race for himself here. One on dirt, one on asphalt. So congratulations to the whole Kyle Wiggins crew as they will celebrate now for a week before we head to the Five Flags Speedway. Look for him to be in contention next week as we head to that raceway. Now, running in second place here tonight, driver of the Leukemia Awareness Old Shed VIP Graphics, Brandon Massey. This we're going to call it the Silver Bullet because this car absolutely came out of nowhere on that final lap. What happened on that last lap to be able to get you up here onto the podium?
Yeah, Roger. I believe the 6 and Cole and the 99 got together. They washed up coming off of the 2 there, and I just pinned it low and hoped to miss, and we missed it, and that was it. Just I give Donald Bennett crap all the time for saying sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and tonight we were more lucky than we was good, and we'll take it. So but yeah, our VIP graphic Old Shed Chevrolet was good. We felt really good in practice. We hit something that we thought we would use, and we stuck with it. I hate it for my teammate Ira back there, but more lucky than good tonight.
Yeah, sometimes it is better to be lucky than good. I say that all the time, especially for, when the old broadcaster jumps out behind the wheels. You never know what the heck's going to happen. But tonight, a second place finish here. Maybe this second place takes it to a little bit of a different level for a lot of drivers. They see second place and they get a little disappointed. But tonight, racing with somebody on mind, especially in this special paint scheme, and coming back to finish on the podium, that's probably a win in your book almost any day.
Yeah, Roger, it is. You know me, I try not to take things for granted, and you remember, I'm sure, that Thursday night interview we had after the Eldor race, and I don't take this for granted, man. Anytime I can get a podium and I can come up here and thank my sponsors and the fans and those that root for me, man, I really, really enjoy that. But to have Uncle Tim on our car tonight means more to me than what most people could probably understand. He's followed me and Ira for 2.5 years since we met on Xbox, and it's just good to know that we have support even in times that he's battling from him, and it makes it special. So Uncle Tim, we was one short, but we'll take a P2, and we'll move on to next week to Five Flags, I believe.
Well, other than Uncle Tim out there, who all of us are thanking for tuning in, that is for sure. Is there anybody else on this machine that you got to thank for a podium finish here tonight at Concord?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the good Lord above. Always do. Without him, we couldn't do what we do. My sponsors, the Old Shed, VIP Graphics and Designs, my wife, my kiddos who give me time to sit here and do this. Mom and Dad, love you all tremendously. My boy Ira, love you, big country, man. He's my best friend, probably. Greg Howard, thank you, man. He tunes in and watches. And the Old Shed family, we love you all. And we keep getting these runner-ups. We got to win one eventually.
Well, there you hear it from the man who comes home in second place. Once again, Brandon Massey out of Ironton, Ohio, bringing the VIP Graphics Old Shed entry. Uncle Tim's Leukemia Awareness home in the second position. Third place here tonight. And, well, Will, I'm not even sure where you came from at the end of this one.
Yeah, me neither. This is actually my second time in a super late model. The only time I've actually ran this track was in the Legends car in the street stock. And, in practice, got a lot of help from Hunter, a lot of help from Kyle, and got comfortable driving the track. Not very fast, though. I think I qualified P10. Which was, middle of the pack, and that's about, where I was running, some, 8th to 10th. And you guys said it earlier, rather be lucky than good. Tonight, that was my moniker.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it again. I'd rather be lucky than good in a lot of different situations out
Absolutely.
there. But hey, for not having much seat time, not having, a lot of time on this track, I think I can tell you, I think I've only ever ran a street stock race here, and I lasted about a lap and a half. Turn 2 just wadded me up completely. But now think about this. It's the first time in this super late model. Now I'm sure next week, looking forward to next week already at this point, we head to the Five Flags Speedway. It is home. It is the kingdom for super late model racing. Are you looking forward to that one, or are you looking forward to the following week when we head to the Michigan International Speedway, when we head into the ARCA car for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for both. I think if this has shown me anything, these cars are really fun to drive, even if I'm not that fast in them. That being said, I actually made the comment to Kyle and Hunter that, running these short tracks are not my forte. My 3 favorite tracks to run are Michigan, Daytona, and Talladega. So putting me on a track like this is a bit like putting a fish out of water. So I'm glad we were able to figure something out and, just dodge the mess there.
Well, you were able to dodge the mess, and you were able to bring it home third. Who do you got to thank for your first podium finish here of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, again, thanks to Kyle and Hunter for helping me out. Thanks to my teammates at FSR. Unfortunately, no more could join us tonight, but they're my super speedway buddies. And, thanks to everybody watching, and thank you up in the booth. And thanks to all the guys that make this league possible. I haven't been here very long, but it's ran very well, and love being a part of it.
Well, there you heard it from Will Weber. He brings the 24 machine home. P number 3 here. He gains 7 positions. He was not the biggest mover of the race. The biggest mover of the race here tonight gonna go to Todd Poston. Poston started, well, shotgun to the field here tonight, and he was able to bring his super late model home in the 4th spot. Tim Combs was 5th. So there you heard it, though, from your top 3 here tonight. That is our Draft Top post-race show presented by DraftTop.com. If you don't have your Draft Top, race fans, head on over to DraftTop.com and get it now while supplies last. Well, as you see the running order here tonight, going across the top of your screen as Kyle Wiggins continues to do a little bit of celebrating here at the Concord Speedway. Congratulations once again to him. But race fans, coming up next for the Draft Top Progression Series. There you see it. Round 4 coming at us live next Tuesday night for the super late models. We're going to head to the Five Flags Speedway. After we get done doing a little short track racing next week, 2 weeks' time, we're going to head to the Michigan International Speedway. It'll be the first time we whip out the old ARCA Menards race cars, the old cup cars, if you will. They're probably some of my favorite car of the whole entire iRacing platform. That will be round 5. Those are the next 2 rounds that are coming up here. We can't wait for either of those races to get here. But for everybody, behind the scenes here tonight to make this show completely possible, we once again got to thank, all the guys over at Draft Top for getting on board here tonight with a lot of heavy hearts here at the Concord Speedway. Last month, losing our biggest fan and supporter, not only to the Turn 3 Racing Network, but also to the Salt Flat Series, Crystal Van Antwerp, unexpectedly losing her life. And also, our heavy hearts are with us here, knowing that the Bohica Esports biggest fan, Uncle Tim, out there watching a couple of his drivers that he has watched for over, numerous years, going through a very tough time. Our thoughts and prayers are going out to both of those families. Uncle Tim, we hope you can battle through this, and Crystal will always be on our minds every time we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to sign off here for tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. For the Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm Roger Muth. For everybody over at the Salt Flat iRock Series, Draft Top Series, we thank you for tuning in.